Donald Trump has hinted that he will run again for the U.S. presidency in 2024.
I stand before you today to declare that the incredible journey we've begun together, we went through a journey like nobody else. There's never been a journey like it. There's never been a journey so successful, and it is far from being over.
In his first major appearance since leaving the White House, he's addressed the CPAC Conservative Convention, and Mr. Trump has repeated the false claims that he won the 2020 election. He also took aim at fellow Republicans, targeting those he said were disloyal.
From what I've seen recently, there's a lot of rhinos, which is Republican in name only. That's what that stands for. So, you know, I really think that Trump is the heart of the party. Yes, absolutely.
I will vote for him in a heartbeat. I voted for him last time. I'll vote for him this time.
Let's bring in Simon Marks, who's live for us in Washington, D.C. Simon, we heard, his supporters say it there. He's the heart of the party, but he's positioning himself as the future of the Republican Party.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right, Dawn. I mean, this is unprecedented. A former American president, just over a month into the administration of his successor, returning to the public fray. We haven't seen that, any of us, in any of our lifetimes. If you go back to previous one-term presidents, Jimmy Carter, for example, former President George H.W. Bush, there was no talk whatsoever of them having a political future. They weren't heard of during the presidencies of their successors. Donald Trump is playing a completely different game, and as he made clear in that speech, he believes that what he refers to as his movement is the dominant force in Republican politics today, has a future, and while he didn't personally pledge to seek another term in office in 2024, he certainly inferred that that is what is on his mind. He did, however, say that he's not creating his own third party. He sees himself absolutely as the dominant figure within what he called the conservative movement and the Republican Party. It's always interesting that the Republican Party comes second on that list. And the delegates at the Conservative Political Action Conference there in Florida, for the most part, lapped it up.
Well, Simon, we do know that anti-Trump Republicans have been abandoning the party in droves. They've been doing that from the presidential election last year. But does Mr. Trump still have the backing of the party itself to make another run in 2024?
Well, yeah, he's put party leaders in a massively complicated position with that speech, because while he spent a lot of time attacking the things that Joe Biden has done, and in most cases falsely stating Joe Biden's record up until now as president, he named and went through the list of every single Republican in Congress, in the House of Representatives who voted for his impeachment in the first place, and then those 7 Republicans in the Senate who voted to convict him at his impeachment trial last month. This was, he argued, time to get rid of them. Now, that's a huge challenge to Republican leaders in the Senate and the House of Representatives, who in 2022 will be battling to try and secure their colleagues' re-election. Donald Trump has made it publicly clear now that they are, as far as he's concerned, on his own personal political no-fly list, and he encouraged people at the Conservative Political Action Conference there not to give money to the Republican National Committee, but instead to give money to his own political action committee, his own movement. So he's really going to be problematic for Republican leaders going forwards, given that he's drawn a line in the sand and is saying to the Republicans, it's time to purge anyone from the party who turned against him.
Simon, thank you very much for that. Simon Marks there in Washington, D.C.